Hansi Flick is only the second manager in the history of El Clasico to win his first four competitive matches in El Clasico after Pep Guardiola. Barca have done a clean sweep of Madrid this season, and it hasn't even been a contest. I know this game says 4-3. The Copa del Rey final was 3-2. It was 5-2 in the Supercopa, and the 4-0 earlier on in the season at the Santiago Bernabeu for El Clasico. Barcelona have been by far and away the best team in La Liga. They deservedly should win La Liga. It's now 7 points. It's going to be done. They're going to win it at Espanyol. Funny enough, the last time Barcelona won La Liga, guess where they won it? At Espanyol. And then the Espanyol Ultras invaded the field. Are we going to get that again? Wait till next week. But Madrid have so many issues, and we're going to discuss it here on today's video, and we're going to talk about Barcelona, why they're one of the most entertaining sides in the 21st century. I mean, this is ridiculous what they are doing attacking-wise. Defensively, yes, you can have your question marks about the high line and all this sort of nonsense, but attacking-wise, this team are just so phenomenal to watch. The relentlessness of just pressing and ball movement, getting it out wide to Lamine Yamal, Pedri being the conductor, it's a joy to watch. Whereas for Madrid, lots of question marks heading into the summer. And Rodrygo, 0 minutes? We're going to discuss about it in today's video. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new around here. Let's talk about the game, people. 4-3, Barcelona. An insane game. You go again 2-0 down if you're Barca. What is it with Barcelona? 2-0 down, and yet again, they come back and take the lead 4-2 heading into halftime. I don't know if it's like Travis Scott being there, Astro World. Oh my God. He's probably got Mesque un club tattooed on him right now. He's hugging Laporta. Travis Scott is loving life in Barcelona. I don't know what it is, but it's just this Barca team, the mentality. I know people don't want to talk about mentality with football. They want to talk about tactics and coaching and, oh, we should spend this amount of money, this amount of money. But the fact that most teams, if they go 2-0 down in a game, they want to go home. They want to go home. They want to just go chill out and play COD. That's what they want to do. This Barca team are like, no. The game starts when it's 2-0 down. It's crazy how many times they've done it this season alone. Somebody has to fact check me in the comments down below. Is this the most amount of times a team has been in a losing position by 2 goals and still won the game? Insanity by this Barca team. But the football they play, whether it's Lamine Yamal, Pedri, these two are just on a different planet. They're on Astro World with Travis Scott. Those two guys are just football at its purest form. Lamine Yamal, creativity-wise, goal-scoring-wise right now in the biggest games. I don't care what Lamine Yamal does against Celta Vigo. I don't care what he does against Mallorca or Las Palmas. I would care what he does against El Clasico, Champions League, knockout stages, Atletico, and Lamine Yamal always shows up. Every single time. Gives you the big moment. When he scored that semi-final goal against France, I said, oh, we're dealing with some problem here. And this season, the big moments, they keep on approaching. They keep on arriving. And it's just, I cannot tell you how blessed we are. I mean, I'm almost in my late 20s right now. The fact that I get to see Lamine Yamal for 20 years, maybe, and I get into my 50s and I'm like, wow, kids, let me tell you about Lamine Yamal. They ain't going to know what they're going to see because his catalog of big moments, it's going to look like the Harry Potter series. It is phenomenal. And the football he plays, just such an elegant player. Can beat a man, creativity-wise. He should have had about, how many assists did he have today? He didn't have any assists today. He should have had about 3. The fact that he laid it on a plate twice to Rafinha, and Rafinha should have scored 4 goals today. Yeah, he scored 2. He should have scored 4. He had it on a plate with the header in the first half, the back post where he should have scored. I don't know how Rafinha missed those chances, but that's how good Lamine Yamal is. Gives you the goals, and he'll give you the assists. Phenomenal player. What more can I say? Same thing with Pedri, the conductor. The dude is a magician. That little dribble he had in the second half, I was like, is that Iniesta? Is that Iniesta? Is that Andres? Is that you? Wow. I mean, Pedri and Lamine Yamal, they should be in top 5 in Ballon d'Or. Not because maybe they don't have the stats and people want to talk about stats, but with the eyes, you can just see that these two are above everybody. Rafinha has gotten the numbers this season, but again, this game, it's like he didn't do much, but he got the goals. And then he almost should have scored 4 goals. That's just crazy about Rafinha, but he had a good game today. I thought overall, even though he had the misses, I thought Ferran Torres, he was pretty good. And got to give a lot of credit to Tiburon. On the bench for most of this season, but he understands his role. Okay, Lewandowski's injured. I need to step up. I think in the absence of Lewandowski, Ferran has done very, very well. He's a false 9, off the ball movement, very good. He knows, he has that sort of striker instincts in the box, and that's what Barca need in this sort of style of play. And I think Ferran has done that very well. I think this is one of the best seasons. Since he left Valencia, this has been one of Ferran's best seasons, and I'm very happy for him. Even though I didn't think he was the best when he arrived to Barcelona, I was like, really, Ferran Torres? This season, Hansi Flick's coaching. Defensively today, Barca were shambles, I thought, at times. They really didn't know how to deal with the runs of Mbappe to Vini. That was something they really struggled with. Kubarsi, I thought he had a difficult game. He obviously came off injured in the second half, but that was one of Kubarsi's more shaky games. Yera Martin, he was okay. Not too bad. Inigo Martinez, decent. Eric Garcia, I thought he was pretty decent as well, dealing with Vini. So overall, defensively, Barca, just tactically how they set up, it's going to be difficult for any defender. Although Christensen, when he came on, made that last-ditch tackle on Mbappe. He didn't make the tackle on Mbappe, but he kind of threw Mbappe off. That could have equalized the game right there. It could have equalized the game. And yeah, Barca, they deservedly should be champions of La Liga. They have been by far and away the best team. The most entertaining side for me in the 21st century. Well, up there, at least. For me, like 18, 19, Ajax. You can talk about 17, 18 Man City when they got 100 points. Like, these are the sort of sides where I'm like, entertainment-wise. MSN Barcelona. Like, you watch them play and you're like, we're going to get money's worth right here. I would pay 150 euros to watch this team play. I would. I was almost tempted to go to this game because I was like, okay, El Clasico, no defense for Madrid. There's going to be goals in this game. But then I saw the ticket prices. I said, you guys better be watching more videos. All right? You better be watching more videos. But entertainment-wise, this Barcelona team deserve it every single game. And they deservedly are champions. And Hansi Flick's coaching this season, unbelievable. Unbelievable job he has done to raise the level, I think, of a Pedri, of a Rafinha, of a Ferran Torres, of a De Jong, all of these sort of players to play at an exceptional level throughout this season. Yes, they had a little bit of a slump late November, early December. Remember when they lost to Las Palmas, to Leganés? I was like, okay, Barca, how do you respond? The way they have responded in 2025, I think they only got one loss, which was the Inter. Unbelievable. It's just, Hansi Flick has done one of the greatest first season jobs I can remember. Obviously, nothing will top to Pep Guardiola, what he did in 08-09, but Hansi Flick has found a new gem in Barcelona. The way they just play football, so different to so many teams. The crazy high line, it flusters a lot of teams. And that's why Barcelona are able to capitalize and go on a crazy run like they have this season. They scored 95 goals this season in La Liga. 95 goals, people. Deep that for a second. Incredible. Incredible. So, Barcelona fans, you should be very happy. I know you want to rant about the referee in the comments. I get it. You won the game. Screw it. You won the game. Yes, the referee wasn't the best today. He got some calls right, some calls wrong. I don't want to harp on the referee. The referees have a tough job. Are La Liga referees crap? Yes. Are they crap in Serie A? Yes. Are they very crap in Premier League? Yes, they are. So, as football fans, we just have to deal with it. Yes, we can complain about the referees. But at the end of the day, the federation has to change or something like that. Yeah, the referee had a difficult game. But Barcelona won the game. And that's the most important thing for Barca fans. And they've done a sweep. Even if Barcelona and Madrid played 10 games this season, Barcelona would win 10 games. Miles better than this Madrid team right now. Let's talk about Madrid. Xabi Alonso, you got a lot of work to do. And I mean a lot of work. One thing he has to do is he has to fix the balance of this team. This team looked like a broken side. They're not playing for each other. They're not. You know, Madrid sides in the past couple of seasons, they worked as a unit with the Carvajal, with Valverde, Bellingham, Vini. They all worked together as a unit. But now you see it's individuals. Individuals just playing together like they're at Rutger Park in New York and they're like, hey guys, hey, my name is Vinicius Jr. Oh, what's your name? Kylian Mbappe. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, sir. And they go out there, they try and score, they score some goals, and then they lose the game. Yes, the missing pieces in the defense, is an issue. And it was very much an issue today because Lucas Vazquez goes straight to Allianz Lima or somewhere. This guy cannot be playing for Madrid anymore. Is Trent going to be better defensively than Lucas Vazquez? Yes, he will be, slightly. Obviously, going forward, Trent will offer a lot more with the passing lanes into a Vini, into a Mbappe. But Lucas Vazquez, his reading of the game, even his touch. What was it? I think it was the third goal or the fourth goal for Barcelona, Rafinha's goal. Lucas Vazquez takes a terrible touch. I mean, how on earth is that allowed? You're a professional footballer, Lucas Vazquez. You're an experienced player. You're not Victor Munoz coming off the bench and missing the chance in 88th minute. Feel bad for the kid. I really do, because that's his first touch of the game, first touch for the men's team for Madrid, and he misses it there. I feel bad for Victor Munoz, but Lucas Vazquez, you're experienced. Can't be making mistakes like that. You can't, and Madrid defensively are just shambles. They're shambles, and there's no leadership from an Asensio to a Tchouaméni. Courtois is trying to do his best. Can't really help out. It's just Madrid team, just balance-wise. There is no balance. It's like the leaning pizza. And it's leaning, and it's leaning towards capitulation. And that's right now Madrid. So this summer, it is going to be fascinating to see what are they going to do. They need to sign defenders. CBs are a must. Left back is a must. These two departments need to be solved. Who are those players? Maybe I'll do a separate video talking about it. But the tactics for this team are not good. And Mbappe, you know what? I feel bad for Mbappe. The guy scored a hat-trick in a World Cup final. He scored a hat-trick in El Clasico. He lost both games. So I don't want to hear no criticism for Mbappe. He showed up with 3 goals. And if he didn't score those 3 goals, this would have been even more embarrassing towards Madrid. But the rest of the Madrid team, they didn't show up. And I feel like they didn't even want to. They knew they were going to lose this La Liga title race. They took the 2-0 lead, and then they just kind of sat back and just defended. I saw Valverde taking kicks like he's Justin Tucker from the goal kick. Are you kidding? Like, what is Carlo and the players thinking? Oh, yes, let's play Valverde and let him kick it 120 yards up the field into Barcelona's final third. Why? Who's going to win the header? Vini? Mbappe? Come on, Carlo. Come on, players. That's the sort of tactics that you don't expect from Madrid. Right? Come on. It's inexcusable to think that this is really going to work out, guys. No, it wasn't. It was never going to work out. So I found that really strange tactically. You know what I found very strange, though? Is Rodrygo didn't get a single minute in this game. A kid called Victor Munoz entered the game. Why isn't Rodrygo entering the field? I haven't seen any injury for him. Sat on the bench. 0 minutes. I found that odd. And that kind of stems and it highlights this entire season. They're not a family. The eyebrow, it ain't working. It's got burnt. Right? All across for Carlo. It's burnt. So why isn't Rodrygo getting any minutes? He would have been wonderful substitution at halftime when Arda Güler had a terrible game. I mean, he didn't get the ball, but he just got bullied off the ball. I was expecting, okay, Arda, your chance. You're a talented player, no doubt about it. Nobody can dispute the talent of Arda Güler. You got to show up. He had no impact on the game. And I think Carlo realized the moment is too big for him right now. Let's bring on Brahim Diaz. Brahim had a pretty decent game coming off the bench, but I'm like, Rodrygo, hello? And then when Vini came off, I'm like, okay, now Rodrygo's going to enter the field. Okay, cool. It makes sense. Late sub. Got the first legs of Rodrygo. He could change the game. He didn't even get on. I think Rodrygo's done at Madrid. Unless something drastic changes, maybe Xabi Alonso can talk to Rodrygo, but I found that really strange. And considering that Carlos going to Brazil, how is that dynamic going to work? Found that very interesting. So what do you make of Rodrygo not entering the field, people? Really, really, really strange. But look, overall this season for Madrid, it's been terrible. As soon as they lost to Milan 3-1 at home, I'm like, no, there is clearly something wrong. And defensively, over and over and over again, this team are not good enough. Pressing-wise, the defensive shape is horrendous. There's no midfield balance. They haven't found the perfect midfield since Casemiro, Cruz, and Modric. They cannot find the perfect three. Yes, because of injuries of Camavinga, Tchouaméni, suspensions, I get it. But they haven't found that perfect balance. So heading into next season, Alonso needs to fix the balance in the midfield. And Toni Kroos, he's looking better and better each week. Because the guy is so pivotal in these games where he can dictate the tempo, find the pass out wide to Vini or Rodrygo or Mbappe. But with no Toni Kroos, who's going to do that on this team? Who? Ceballos. Come on, man. Ceballos is a good player. He ain't no Toni Kroos. And I don't see them really in the market going for another Toni Kroos. Of course, there's no other Toni Kroos out there, but somebody who plays a similar style to him. Toni Kroos was the engine for this side, and we're seeing it more and more. But of course, the main thing that Madrid have to fix defensively, they got to get a lot better. Xabi Alonso, he's got a lot of work to do. And is he going to fix it in one season? I don't think so. So Madrid fans, let's see if they're going to be patient. I don't think Xabi Alonso is going to have the same impact as a Hansi Flick in his first season, because Xabi Alonso, he's got to look at his personnel and think to himself, okay, how am I going to set up tactically? If you're going to play a back five, Madrid don't have 3 center backs. They don't. So then they're going to have to go into the market and spend money. Okay, how do you set up with Trent? Who's going to play in the left wing back position? All right, and what about the front 3? And who plays in the 2 in the midfield? Is it going to be Bellingham and Valverde, then Vini, Mbappe, and Arda Güler? There are so many question marks for Xabi Alonso that is going to make for a fascinating summer. And we might see it a little bit at the Club World Cup, but they need to get some transfers in. Is Florentino Perez going to spend some money? Time will tell. But overall, Madrid, they deserve nothing from this season. They've cried about the referee all the time. They've cried about the federation. Remember when they didn't show up to the Copa del Rey final? I'm like, come on, guys. You cannot be crying about the referee. You've had decisions go your favor. Sometimes you get decisions in your favor. Sometimes you don't. But Madrid have been acting like a club that they deserve everything. Oh, we won't show up to the Ballon d'Or because Vini didn't win it. Come, really? Really? Then the Copa del Rey fiasco. It's just been such a fiasco, more off the field, that it's been so embarrassing for Madrid. Nobody has even, most of the time, it's not even been about the football. It's been about the off-field antics. And that's something that needs to fix as well from this side. They need to just focus on the football. The football has been trashed this season. Let's see how they regroup next season. Have Madrid had worse seasons? Yes. Of course they've had. I remember once they finished 5th and won Champions League. Yeah, they won the Champions League, but they finished 5th in the league. I can remember so many times. 09-10 season, it wasn't good for Madrid. 08-09 wasn't good for Madrid. So these seasons can happen to a big club, but it's how you bounce back. How is Perez going to bounce back? How is Mbappe to Vini going to bounce back? Even though Mbappe, you can say in the later parts of this season, has actually been good, it's his dynamic with Vini and how is he going to play with Bellingham that's going to be more intriguing next season with Alonso. And yeah, a lot of question marks for Madrid, whereas for Barcelona, if they can just add a couple more pieces, like I think a better goalkeeper, Szczesny has done well, add a better goalkeeper, maybe a starting striker over Lewandowski, like a Gyökeres or Isaac. If they could add somebody like that, this Barca team, watch out, because they might break even more records next season. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, people. Barcelona, they do the clean sweep of Madrid in El Clasicos this season. Do you agree with me that this is one of the most entertaining sides in the 21st century? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around there. Remember to follow me all the socials, Twitter, Instagram, join the Discord. All those links can be found down below. But have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. Till next time, adios.